Hello, welcome back to Bumpy Road. So this is the second beer that was sent to me from the bearded Beerman. He is calling this a Hoppy Stout. He said he wasn't sure. I think he was shooting for a black IPA, but he's not positive if it would be considered a black IPA or just a very hoppy stout. Now it says 6% on the bottle, but in the note that he sent, it says 7%. So I don't know if it's 6% or 7%, but he said it was 100 IBUs. So it's in a little stubby. And let's go ahead, crack into this, give it a proper tasting. Inside, not freezing my ass off. And this was his own recipe. So I had a nice hiss when I popped the top. So there's some good carbonation coming up there, building up a nice head. Head's an off-white kind of khaki-esque color, fairly tight bubbles. The color on this is, I'm going to go with a very dark brown because right down here, what I'm picking up is some nice brown hues. It's a bit beyond red. It's kind of that brown color. So I'm going to go with a dark brown coloration. It's going for the aromas. Well, it smells nice. Tad bit of roast, maybe some caramel notes coming up. And there's going to be some hop aroma as well. Can't really say what it is, but it does not smell 100% like malt. Might be on the citrusy side of the hops. So it's going for the first swig. So the mouthfeel on it, it does seem lighter than what a stout might come out as. But you do get a lot of the harsher bitterness from the darker malts within it. It's kind of on a little bit on the roasted side with, well, I'm going to say that there's probably black patent malt in this. I don't know. I didn't assist the bearded with this one. I don't know. It's his own recipe. I'm just noticing some flavors that I get from black patent malt. It's a bit on the burnt side of, if you like burned popcorn almost, you kind of get a little bit of a burnt carbon note. I think the carbonation level is fine. Stout, this is where it does become difficult. Stout wise, The body is way too thin to really be considered a stout in my opinion. But then black IPA, I think that there's just a bit too much of that bitterness coming off the darker malts. You're kind of getting a lot of that bitterness and not really picking up on the bitterness from the hops that would have been used. For mouthfeel alone, I would say it's more of a black IPA than it is a stout. This was it's not bad. It's definitely, I think, some work to be done on it, though. I think if you take some keynotes from Todd at 21090 or Dr. Hans brewery, then like with making a black IPA with putting in the darker grains at that a bit further into the mash period, it will help keep some of the tannins that are coming through out of it. I also don't know this. I'm going to say you may have used Chinook hops in this. You should comment and let me know when you get around to this video, the bearded, and yeah, let me know, because this does. I did a black IPA years ago, which I called Midnight Schnooky, and I used all Chinook hops. This actually kind of tastes similar to it, and once again, I did use. It was more probably like a hoppy stout versus a black IPA, because a lot more of the harsher black, darker grains, anyways, were kind of coming off with the bitterness. So yeah, I mean overall it's not bad, but like with any first recipe, it's definitely just continue to work on it. Tweak it till it gets to exactly where you want it to be. It is a beautiful, I can't even swirl, beautiful brew. So yeah, great job. And like I said, for your first recipe, maybe it's not your first recipe you created by yourself, but for a recipe that you created by yourself, so just keep tweaking it until it's exactly where you want it to be. Coloration, head, and everything like that is great. I would just work on trying to lower some of the perceived bitterness coming up from the darker grains, the tannins and stuff like that. So, and try to get some more of that hop presence within the brew itself. So, hey, great job though, Beerman, and guys, check out his channel. Let's throw him right on the top of the unlit part of the Christmas tree there. And cheers.